Ashbourne has his, and now I have mine, the creature said as it looked on at the now unconscious human before it. Stop, the man screamed as he sat up from the bed he was lying in. Huff huff. He heaved as he tried to regulate his breathing, thankful it was all a dream, a nightmare. With that thought, he slowly calmed down enough to notice his environment, the white walls and the various equipment. The bed and the various tubes that were going in and out of his body indicated he was in a hospital. I didn't die, he questioned. He didn't know exactly what had caused him to collapse, but thankfully, it seemed he had survived it. Last time I checked on him, he was still SL. Oh. He's awake now, a female voice was heard as he looked in her direction. Looking towards her, he could see the source, a female nurse, and following behind her were two men, both dressed in suits and looking as official as one could get. Why are they Asian? The man thought as he looked on in confusion. Good day, sir, the two men greeted politely. Good day, he answered, clearly still suspicious of the two. Their presence alone suggested that it could all be real. He knew that he normally had no business with any Asians, let alone anyone in a suit. We are from the Korean Hunter Association. One of them said as he handed over an ID. Looking at the ID, he found nothing wrong with it, but he had never heard of such an association before. Even then, he didn't judge since he had never been to an Asian country before, so this might be a normal thing within such areas. Okay, so what do you want with me? He asked as he reached out to hand over the ID before suddenly withdrawing his hand. The ID was in Korean. He could read Korean. Since when? He thought. Noticing his odd behavior, he quickly handed the ID back to the man. Everything so far was weird, but there was nothing weirder than this. How could he read Korean? Thinking about it now, as he listened to the two inspectors, he too was speaking Korean, and he could hear it perfectly. It was as though it was his native language, one he had used for so long that it sounded like English to him. May we know your name, sir? One of them asked. Steve Grant, he answered truthfully. Okay then, sir, if possible, we would like to know what happened within the gate and how you got into it. What gate? Are you talking about the room with the statues? He asked. He didn't know what they were talking about, but the weirdest thing that had happened to him so far was the room with the statues and the architect's statue. Yes, all the other survivors have confirmed that you weren't among the party that went in to explore the gate, one of them said as the atmosphere suddenly grew heavy. You can read up to 100 chapters ahead on my Patreon. The link is in the comments.